about making everybody at home the king or queen of the grill, because we have the most premium, delicious, high-quality black Angus beef for you. This is a 26 count from Pureland Meat Company, who started as a family-owned butcher back in the 70s, and now they are a company that brings us food that is sourced here in the USA. You know exactly start to finish where it comes from, how it lands on your plate, and the result is unbelievable. I'm watching you. My mouth is already watering. So you guys, we have a 26 count available for you tonight. And what you get in that is 10 of the burgers that you're seeing. They're 5 ounce, they're Black Angus short rib and chuck burgers. Then you're getting 6 of the flat iron steaks. Those are 6 ounces each. And you're getting 8 of those. And then you're getting 8 of the sirloin steaks, which are 6 ounces each. So all together, we took $20 off of our price point, free shipping and handling, 5 flex pay and auto ship available as well. It's a mouthful, but at the end of the day, it's all about the quality of the meat you're using.
That's what it's all about. And we're going to start with a taste for you. And what I want you to understand right out of the gate, this is Black Angus beef. This is not what you're finding at your local grocery store. This is certified, DNA tested, right back to the source, that small family farm in middle America.
Flavor.
Isn't there? And the juice is nonstop. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second, but have a look here, you guys. You want to talk about summer cookouts? You want to talk about taking care of all of it in one shot? Pureland has taken care of it. When I found out that Pureland and HSN were partnering up, I'm like, I gotta be the guy that talks about it. I've had their food at the restaurants. I've been to their plants. It's easy for me to get excited about the kind of food that you're going to get from Pureland Meat Company. Let's talk about it for just a second, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a few of our burgers, and I'm just going to let them rest a bit, because I'll tell you, you got to let meat rest. Yeah, you keep eating if you want it to cut and cook proper. So let me go ahead and pop a few more burgers right on that grill, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about our 5 ounce burgers before we get to our steaks. All right, I'm kind of saving the best here. So let's have a look here. What I want you to understand right off the bat, every single piece, whether it's the steak or the burger, is going to come flash frozen, cryogenically frozen, and sealed. So 6 months from now, when the unexpected guest of the unexpected guest drops by, you are all taken care of. You can take out these one at a time, the whole thing in once. It's going to come in a reusable cooler for you with no trouble at all. And everything is cryogenically sealed and frozen. I love that. Now have a look here. The way they make their burgers is different. This isn't the kind of the last of what's in there. You know what I mean? We start with the best. And I'm going to say it again, Black Angus. In case you don't know what Black Angus means, that is actually a type of cattle that you can trace back to 17th century Scotland. Wow. And the only way you can certify Black Angus is if you, as a farmer, can prove that your cattle came from that lineage. And here's why Black Angus is important. When we use our chuck and our short rib meat in our burgers, let me say it again, our short rib meat, here's what that gives you. Actual marbling in a hamburger. Right. When this comes off the line, it's actually taken off in a little bit of a pattern. It's stood up in a cylinder and pressed. It's a patented tender touch technology. And what that gives you, and I'm going to show you this here, you can see it in the frozen, you can see it in the fresh, is actual marbling in the hamburger. So Michelle, these don't chew like a hamburger, they don't feel like a hamburger, they don't taste like a hamburger, because they're not. They're steak. And they are Black Angus steak that we use our tender touch technology on to give you the most incredible tasting burgers you've ever had. And here's...
I was going to say, what's so interesting is you didn't cover these in seasoning, and the flavor, you guys, is ridiculous. All you're tasting is that juice, that savory, rich flavor.
And because of the way we form our burgers, like smash burger technology, these are designed to cook 20 to 30% faster on your grill. Nice. Which I love. And these are 50% more juicy than what you're finding in the stores because of the meat that we're using and the marbling that we use on it. So let's go ahead, and we're going to leave our burgers here for a second. By the way, you know, when you go to the restaurants and you hear, I want a 15-ounce steak and a 25-ounce, 65-ounce steak, I got a question for you. When that meal's done and you look at your plate, what's left?
All
There's all fat and grizzle and all the stuff that you didn't eat. You know you're paying the same $15 a pound for that? So let's start with our sirloins. Excuse me. Now, our sirloins are center cut. Here's why that matters. If you've ever seen a butcher trim all that fat around here and trim all that fat around here, that's exactly what that is. That's the fat on the cow. Remember, this is Black Angus.
Look at that.
Black Angus is known for nothing but marbling. Marbling is the intramuscular fat. That's what you see that runs all the way through a steak. When you see that, that's gold.
Look at that.
Because what happens with that, Michelle, is as you cook that, it disappears. The intramuscular fat disappears. It doesn't get hard, crunchy, carcinogenic like we see on grills.
Right there.
It disappears into the meat. And that's why, watch this, no matter how thin or how often I cut this steak, that juice never stops. It can't. It won't. And by the way, if you've ever taken a bite of a steak in one of those 5-star steak restaurants and you thought to yourself, the juice that came out of that steak feels like it should be coming out of a mouthful that's much bigger, but that's the difference when you use Black Angus. So Michelle,
I love that you have forks everywhere.
Forks. I'm ready for you, man. You got to try that.
Okay.
It bursts. I mean, there's no other word than burst. You don't even know what's happening, do you?
There's
Isn't that
so
great?
much flavor, and you're tasting the meat. You don't have to douse it in sauce or seasoning or, you know, cover it up. And you're right. I mean, it's absolutely delicious. It's not tough in any way. I love how you're using this in different ways, too, because these are a good size. I mean, these would be great on their own, but you could incorporate them into things like fajitas and tacos and salads. I mean, you're set. You're eating 26 pieces.
Right, exactly. This is your summer. Let me tell you. Let me put that to the side just a little bit here. I'm going to leave that over there so I don't confuse it with my flank steak. And let's have another look here, okay? Remember, the key is always let it rest. When you let a steak rest, you let all of those natural juices start to head from the middle, where they got scared to when they were cooking, right? That's where the heat sent it, and they slowly redistribute across that entire piece. Now,
and then tell me again how these are sent to us, how the process of how they're frozen.
You got it. These are cryogenically flash frozen. What that means is it's as close to fresh in a frozen product that you'll ever get. It freezes it almost instantly. It doesn't give it a chance for the freezer burner of the air to get at it.
Okay.
And it's cryogenic. That means the air can never get at these. That means that 6 months now, a year from now, up to a year and a half, these are going to stay in that fridge and freezer. And remember, these are individually wrapped, so you can. I always like to say, you never have to worry about the unexpected guest dropping by. You've got them covered and taken care of without a problem. So we've talked about our sirloin steaks. You're going to get, I think it's 8 of those. You're going to get 10 of our burgers that we talked about. Now let's talk about my favorite cut. Guys, this is a flank steak. This is called the butcher's cut. This is the piece of meat that the local neighborhood butcher would wait and bring home to his family. And here's why. It's not because it's the most tender steak in the world, but it is absolutely, without a doubt, the most flavorful. And you just had a taste of that sirloin, so you've got a really great comparison.
Got my fork. Okay.
You've got your fork. Flank steak has an incredible, rich, beefy flavor, and when that beef is Black Angus, there's a richness and a butteriness to that that is just absolutely out of this world. So what you're going to do with a flank steak is you're simply going to cut across that grain. When you cut across that grain, you take a steak that can be tough and chewy and make it melt in your mouth, and then you combine that marble. And I'm going to bring that package up here because I want you to see this. And guys, this is what it's all about. This is the butcher's cut. This is the flank steak. This is that marbling that you only see in Black Angus cattle. This is why you don't see this at the store, you guys. They're not interested. That's your USDA beef, your choice, your whatever it is. This is Black Angus. This can be traced to that small farm. And I always like to say, you know, the decisions that are made from Pureland about your dinner around your dinner table with your family are made around their dinner table with their family, because it's still a family-owned business started 40 years ago in New Jersey. And no matter how big the Rays have gotten, how many 4- and 5-star restaurants they're supplying, it all comes down to this family meal with the way they started the company and the way they still run it today, you guys. Small farms,
I mean,
and they know what's going on.
It's as if you went into your local butcher shop and you picked out the meats, because you could be the best cook in the world, but if your actual product isn't great, it's not going to taste great. It's not going to be juicy and flavorful like this is. This is like a steak you would get in a 5-star restaurant. And I've been on like our fancy date nights, and you spend $60, $70, and at the end of it, you're like, man, I mean, I just spent so much money But with this, you're getting 26 pieces, and really, if you do the math, it comes out to under $7 a piece for 100% black Angus beef that, again, comes from a family-owned company. It's born, bred, raised, harvested, all in the United States, so you know exactly where your food is coming from. And look at what you're getting, you guys. I mean, so much here. You're getting 10 of those burgers. So that is that short rib and chuck burger. You're getting 8 of the flat iron steaks, 8 of the sirloin steaks. Free shipping and handling, which if you've ever ordered from those specialty food stores online, they charge a lot for shipping because of the way that it's packaged and sent to you. We have it on FlexPay, and the FlexPay is way less than you would pay to go out for a night to eat once a month.
Exactly.
And let me tell you, auto ship's available as well. So if you want to lock down this price point and have it sent to you every 90 days, or you can customize it, you'll never run out. Throw it in your deep freezer even, because you have, what did you say, a year to 18 months?
You have a year to 18 months to finish this up. Exactly right.
So it's really a fantastic way to also, I mean, I'm a busy mom, you know, family's busy, and sometimes you're like, oh, I just need something quick. I don't want to run to the store. It's really nice to know that you've stocked up on such a fresh, high-quality food.
Exactly.
Because that, at the end of the day, that's why we reach for the processed stuff, or, you know, the $5 sale on the burgers that are little bits and pieces of Lord knows what. You know, look at this burger.
This is your chance.
Oh, my goodness.
An opportunity to experience what the people who love to dine at the places that offer you the $20 burgers are experiencing, because they are starting with black Angus beef. And again, if you're unsure exactly what black Angus beef is, let me tell you, it's an actual breed of cattle. It can be traced back to mid-century Scotland, and it's known for its unbelievable buttery taste, its marbling, the speed at which it cooks, the whole 9 yards, you guys. So when I found out that Pureland Meats was going to come to HSN and they were going to bring their burgers and their steaks and I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. I love, love the beef that these guys use.
It's a rigorous process to be able to call your meat that black Angus, like you were mentioning. I mean, it isn't something you can just claim. There's a lot that has to go into that. So knowing the source of your food, knowing how it goes from the farm to your table, that's really important stuff, not just for taste, but for your own health reasons. Your own knowledge is power.
Right. You don't just get to say, we have black Angus beef. That's not something you just get to throw out there. You actually have to be able to prove that your cattle is black Angus. And black Angus means that you have that serious intramuscular marbling. That's what takes what, you know, to the eye is a regular hamburger and makes it almost like a faucet. The juice never stops. And let me show you why, you guys. Black Angus beef, that's what it's all about. And not the entrails, not what's left. Have a look here. Beautiful chuck roast.
Look at that.
Beef rib, short rib beef in your hamburger. Have you ever had a slow cooked short rib? Oh, that's the marbling in there, and everything comes individually wrapped. And don't forget, guys, you're going to get 26 pieces. This is your whole summer. So whether you are doing a few Philly cheesesteaks, whether you are going to take it over here and top off some nachos, guys, the bottom line is, whether it's the flank, whether it's the sirloin, you've got Pureland Meat Company's best. Have a look here. That's the sirloin. And again, it's like a faucet. That juice never stops, you guys.
Wow.
It's up to 50% juicier than anything you're going to find in the stores, and that's the black Angus quality.
I would invite you guys to at least try it. Let us send it to you on our dime. It's free shipping and handling. Try it, because just like anything else, you have that 30-day money-back guarantee, and taste the difference, because you can see it, and it's really hard on television. You know, we can only describe to you what this studio currently smells like and how the food tastes. You can see the juice, you can see the flavor, but again, it's one of those things where you have choices. You know, you can choose where your food comes from, what you put into your body, what you feed your family. Taste, of course, is important, but for me, I think the big thing too is knowing this is all from the USA. It started with a family-run company, a small butcher shop in the 70s.
And all the cattle comes from small family farms.
I mean, that's important. That speaks to the quality of what you're getting. This is that 100% black Angus. And it is. It's a whole grilling pack, the whole kit and caboodle, 26 pieces, guys. If you want to take advantage of auto ship, do that as well. But you're going to get 10 burgers, and you're going to get 8 of the flat iron. Sorry, I keep saying that. And 8 of the sirloin.
I'm going to have a little bit of
delicious. You can see it right there on your screen. It's good, isn't it?
It's so good.
Especially because you cooked it.
It's a tiny piece, and it's hard to describe. I wish I had words.
Flavor.
It's so good.
You're gonna love that, especially if you're entertaining too. That is a really nice way to go. Thank you, Mark, for that. Hey guys, if you want to save even more, you know, if you apply for the HSN credit card, you can save up to $25 on any single item purchase when you use that card at the time of approval. So that would actually bring this down another $25 for you. So you can get information on that by heading to hsn.com. or you can ask your representative when you're on the phone. Hey, quick reminder for you, earlier in the show,